Greetings, everyone. Welcome to the 103rd segment of Be Inspired with Busapat Life Changing Reality Tonic. Yes. I am still Honorable Ambassador Busapat Osigwe, and I'm here on this platform where we embrace our truth that leads to our freedom. Yes. Today, we're going to scatter the table completely. We're going to say it as it is and not okay, because there's always need for us to say the truth the way we understand it, okay? And I always stand to it. And if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please, when you get across to this video, can you subscribe and share to your friends? Because today, like I said, we are scattering it completely. We're going to say it that way. And we will be talking on the topic, blood is no longer thicker. Oh, yes. Blood is no longer thicker. All the while we are growing up, we've heard and we've always known, that blood is thicker than water, which means that family, relationship and loyalties are meant to be the strongest, no matter how you want to say it. It's meant to be the most important, it's meant to be the most precious, it's meant to be the most, sacred. That's what we're taught. That was what we grew up to know. That was how it has been. Really, but is it what is happening now? Stay with me. Usually families should always be, there for you at any point in time in your life. Even when the world deserts you, family will hang around you. They are meant to understand, even when you're not communicating, even when the trouble is so much that there's nothing, even when you're guilty. Even when you can't explain what's happening to you, family are meant to be the one to understand. But today, it's no longer like that. But it just seems that the bond formed by choice these days, has become superior to family bonds. And why is it like that? And most people are trapped in a contaminated and toxic, household simply because of this, what's it called? Proverb that we're taught. What's going on in families these days that crazy, it just shows that it isn't just blood anymore. I'll roll some examples. Yesterday I read about a man who was arrested for impregnating his wife, impregnating his mother-in-law, and impregnating the wife's sister at the same time. Now, I'm not going to talk about the man. I only ask, what sort of family is this? What sort of family is that? I just need to, because, mothers are giving birth these days and throwing them in the toilet and throwing them anywhere you can think about, throwing them anywhere. And then the question is, what is the blood? Where is that blood that is supposed to be thicker than water? Fathers are hating their mothers and discarding their children without even thinking, without wanting to care or know what's going on. They embarrass, humiliate, and all that without actually giving a thought. So where is the family? Where is the blood that is supposed to be thicker than water? Okay, a sister was asked to, there was this family, someone wanted to marry a sister in a family, and everything was going on all right. And the day for the traditional marriage came, the in-laws came. The lady in question was supposed to walk out, with friends and relatives to greet them. While they were doing that, the man stood up and said, no, that the junior sister is the one he wants to marry. On the day of the traditional marriage proper, guess everybody has seated that he doesn't want to marry that one again. And that's a direct junior sister. Now, what are families supposed to do if they are thicker than water? But you know what? The family removed the traditional word meant for the senior sister and gave it to the junior sister, and they continued the traditional marriage. Reason is that so that the money will remain in the family. Family. A sister got pregnant for the elder sister was married, and for 9 years she hasn't given birth in the place where she was. Now the sister got a job around that place, and she offered her house so that she can stay until she, finds her thing. She came in there and got pregnant for the sister's husband. Well, not even, that was not enough. The sister talked and moved out of there, and she refused, the junior sister refused the sister from picking a pin. a pin. In fact, she was the one telling her, you're barren, you're barren. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years. You could not do anything. Is it my fault that I got pregnant for him? That's the family. That's direct junior sister. And she was saying, you can't, as in, before you say that she has plastered all her pictures and everything on the one another. It was crazy. And you keep wondering, what sort of family is that? Hey, another sister in question was heavy in Europe, a country where she lives, so she couldn't come down for her traditional marriage. She now asked her junior sister. The family now decided that the junior sister should stand in and represent her and all that, which most people do. The junior sister obliged, represented the elder sister that was heavy and couldn't come down. What did she do? After that, she and the man that were meant to marry the sister, they headed up to registry and formalized their marriage. And she was saying, were you the one that stood on his lap? Were you the one that gave him drink? I was the one that did it, and that's my husband. Wow. Blood is thicker than water, indeed. A lot of things I don't even understand. A woman took a brother's daughter, to stay in her house and all that, the junior brother's daughter. And she allowed this girl to become a sex slave to the sons. They were doing whatever they want with the girl under her watch, and she doesn't mind. She kept aborting whenever that girl gets, from 11 years old, she will get pregnant, she will abort, she will get pregnant, she will abort. On the third abortion, that lady died. The girl died. She didn't even have any remorse or whatever to call the junior brother that was living in the village, and they are in the north. She buried. Blood is indeed thicker than water. Daddies sacrifice their children. We're not even talking about treatment meant to a wife, because wife and you come together on an agreement, But we're talking about your blood. They use their wife and their children for ritual, and mothers sacrifice their children to the witchcraft coven in order to gain recognition of whatever it is that are doing. Blood indeed, not thicker than water anymore. Family outside the country, you will see a lot of people across that were sent a video of a girl that was crying. What have I done? And that is not only her. People outside the country, they think, people in the village or whatever think that they pick gold on the street of London or America or wherever they are. These people work themselves out. And when they manage to send something to the village, for them to help, for family people to help them organize something so that their effort will get home, what do? They squander the whole thing. And most of them are giving fake pictures to them, of building that are going on in some places, deceiving them that is their own and all that. If they come into the country, nothing. When your brother gives you money to buy a land and you buy it on your name, you're wicked. And this shows that family is no longer blood, because if you are a family is blood is thicker than water. These things to experience I'm talking about now should never happen, because family should be there for you. Family will encourage you. Family will motivate you. Family will inspire you. Family will hold you down. Family will even push you to do something for the family. It's no longer like that. Everybody is me. When you suffer and give them, they will squander without conscience. All they see, everybody outside the country, they are ATM. One girl was even talking that her own is that not only had she brought in money for building severally, and she now wanted to come, and family called her and say, you don't need to come. Don't bother to come. If you don't have a house here, you don't need to come. Where do you want to come and hang in? We don't have space for you. Meanwhile, they have eaten the money, millions she has sent down to help her build something. It's crazy. When we talk about it, when I'm talking like this, now use yourself and look around your environment, and you cannot testify that there are so many examples I can cite here now. I can't cite. It's happening. One woman went crazy because eventually when she entered and what she saw, her brain, her mental health scattered, and she has not recovered in it. She never went back outside the country again. Family, that's what they do. They snap everywhere. Okay, there was this very senior brother that And the wife, they were sending something. They wanted to open a big company like that, and they got across to the junior one, and he when they sent money for the acres of land, he snapped pictures and showed them. When they started developing and building the company, he was snapping pictures and showing them and all that. Meanwhile, voicemail, he was eating the money. Some of them would do it on their name and even look at you eyeball to eyeball and say, it's my own, tell me your name in the receipt. This one was that he did everything fake. He didn't do anything. He used the money for whatever purposes, and they were planning for the opening of the company and launch, because he was giving pictures and everything in order. This man came in with a wife. He picked them at the airport in the night, and now, like, okay, it's late already. They will lodge in a hotel so that tomorrow they will now get to the site. He lodged them in a hotel, went to get them food and poisoned the food. The husband and wife ate the food the junior brother gave them, and next morning their corpses were there. Their dead bodies were seen. That's family. No longer thicker than water. It's on record that family crosses you quicker than most strangers will ever do. What are we talking about? Mother-in-laws will hate a daughter-in-law and will want to prove a point. This is somebody your son loves. If somebody loves somebody in a family, if you love your own, you will love who they love. You will love who they love if family is indeed thicker than water. No. Blood is no longer like that. You will hate somebody your son love, you will hate somebody your daughter love, and you want to scatter, you want to prove a point. You go to every mile and every length in order to show that, yes, it is not okay. Most of them will make the wife barren in order to prove a point. Most of them will make sure that, I heard a story about the one that the daughter-in-law died on a wedding day, poisoned by the mother-in-law. That is what we see. Family blood is no longer thicker than water. The truth is that we don't build relationships on blood and water anymore. Okay? You build relationship on trust, time, energy, sacrifice, respect, love, compassion. That is what makes one family. The level of unforgiveness, envy, and jealousy that is residing in families these days, you keep wondering what is good. They are alarming. They can easily forgive a total asset, but we show a family member pepe. Most times it's like how most outsiders are more family, and most family members are more strangers. That's what is going on. I hate it when people come to you and tell you, okay, but whatever happened, in as much as this is bad, but they are still family. That is a blackmail. Just because somebody is related to your family doesn't mean that you will allow them to kill you. You will allow toxic and contaminated relationship to wipe you. No. All they need to do, most of these people, are to destroy you, to pull you down, to slander you, to, try to do everything bad to you. No, you cannot allow yourself to be led into the guilty conscience of wanting to like family. Family is more than blood and the name. Let me tell you. It's about people who stands with you. It's about people who feels your pain. It's about people who show you. It's about people who want you to succeed. It's about people who love you beyond everything. Don't let people guilt you into nonsense. It's okay to cut out family members that are toxic and they're like thorn in your life. That's what I'm saying. Blood ain't thicker than what peace of mind. Blood is not thicker than peace of mind these days. You see, I can roll out 1 million examples here, to show you what family member does to their fellow family member. And why is it so? Why is it so? That adage that family's blood is thicker than water is not working anymore. In some families, there's some families that are bonded and united. Beautiful families, they love themselves beyond everything. But there are families that are worse than that are vampires, And if you belong to those ones, you need to shine your eyes, You cannot just you can't allow, yourself to be walked down, run over because, okay, you're talking about family. You can't love people who don't love you. You can't be there for people who want it. It doesn't matter what. You can move out from that environment and go and buy a land somewhere and build. It's not your fault. You can walk away from toxic and contaminated situation. You can. You can decide to save your life. Most times it's good to be that selfish. We don't owe anybody explanation to take care of you. and take care of who you are. The one who accepts you, the one who take you the way you are, the one who loves you as you, the one who are there for you, the one who makes you happy and wants you to be happy, the one who understands that you're going through a whole lot and want to understand, the one who knows that if you have, you will give, but if you don't have, then they will have patience, the one who knows that everybody's meant to work, the one who understands that you don't need to kill. No matter how angry you are, you don't poison your own. I've never heard it. Now mothers are marrying their sons are marrying sisters. In the name of what? I don't understand. Blood is no longer thicker than water, my dear. We need to accept this truth and understand. Look around, look around, look around, look around you. Terrible things are happening in families, and you keep wondering what's going on. I've had a lot of, because I run an NGO, most times I get this thing on first hand, information that scares you, that wows you, that like, what? Mother and son will decide to kill the sister in order to make money. Mother and sister will decide to kill the son that they feel is not useful in order to make money, so that they have value. What? Blood. Where is the blood? Which one is thicker than which again? Let me tell you, blood and water, they leak. They leak these days. They sure leak, Most families are faker than friends. They are faker than friends, honestly. And of course, because somebody is related to you by blood, does not in any way show that they mean well for you. No. So you need to look at your environment and find out where you are. The truth is that blood is no longer thicker than water. Most times, strangers do more for you than family. Strangers watch your back more than family. Strangers think of your well-being more than family. That's the truth. So that is it. So let's analyze it. Look at this life. Look at it, because things are so messed up in our world now. Nothing stays. The things we used to know before, they are not working anymore, and that includes blood is thicker than water, because it's no longer thicker than water. A lot of backbiting, beefing, everything happening in people's homes. You'll be wondering if they are in war of Magedon in homes. Same mom, same dad, same mom. There are these two brothers that are enemies until they died. Families don't enter families. One of my Miss Motivational contestants in my Miss Motivational Nigerian brain pageant, one of them, she didn't come for the day of the audition, and when she did in her life, she doesn't have anywhere to stay. But the father's immediate junior brother lives in Lagos here. He said they have never, 21 years, she has never seen two of them talk. So that means cousins don't even know themselves. She had to come in from Benin. She has never related with this direct junior brother of the father. It's a total mess. What are we talking about here? I can go on and on and on and on, but we don't have the time, because people who watch this will still use their data. But the truth is that families are messed up now. Most times they are worse than the outsiders you are running away from. That's the truth. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Be Inspired with Buzopat. Follow me at Facebook, Be Inspired with Buzopat. Follow me at TikTok, Be Inspired with Buzopat. Follow me on Instagram, Be Inspired ambassador.buzo. And together, we will always say the truth that we know. Thank you. God bless you. See you next week, Wednesday. Bye.